Hi, welcome back guys. This is your friend, the What If guy. Back with another fanfiction. This is the first part of What If Issei was last Phoenix creator. Now before starting, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you want more videos like this. Now let's get into the fanfic.wg. My name is Issei, the younger brother of my two older siblings, Erick, who is 20 years old with black hair and blue eyes, and my sister Izami, who is 19 with long brown hair that reaches her hips and green eyes. They both look down on me. They possess two powerful dragons that surpass even the celestial dragons. Erick has the fearsome Yamaj, the dark fire dragon, while my sister has Tiamat, the dragon of karma. Their arrogance led them to spread lies that turned everyone at school against me. I endured the blows, mockery, and contempt from all. Issei suffered greatly, but he found someone who cared for him, a girl named Melody, who was 17 years old, very pretty, with brown eyes and black hair. She fell in love with Issei when she first saw him, and upon realizing his suffering, she could no longer hold back her feelings. However, that affection did not last forever. Issei noticed that his girlfriend was increasingly distant, rarely speaking to him affectionately, which saddened him deeply. In a flashback, Issei wandered the hallways searching for his girlfriend. He looked in every classroom but found nothing. He arrived at a large storage room, still empty, but just as he was about to leave, he heard something. A boy's voice echoed, expressing admiration for Melody, asking her to choose between him and Issei. Melody responded, claiming that the boy was better and that she had never truly loved Issei, referring to him as a nuisance and a toy, professing her love for the boy. Issei's heart shattered upon hearing this. He placed his hand on a beautiful necklace that Melody had given him, and his eyes turned a deep crimson before returning to their normal state. He slammed the door open, drawing the attention of both Melody and the boy. They quickly dressed and stepped out to see who it was. Melody noticed something on the floor, picked it up, and realized it was the necklace she had given Issei, understanding that he had witnessed everything. She ran after Issei, searching until she finally spotted him outside the school. Melody called out to him, pleading for a chance to explain what had happened. Issei, however, was filled with hurt and anger, declaring that there was nothing to explain, echoing the sentiments of everyone around him, questioning who would care for someone like him. Issei was overwhelmed with emotions as he recalled the feelings he had lost. He felt a deep sense of betrayal and anger towards Melody, declaring that she meant nothing to him anymore. He wished for her to stay away from him, expressing that he hoped she would be happy with someone else. Melody, in tears, pleaded for Issei to listen to her and give her another chance. She fell to the ground, crying loudly, filled with regret for her actions. Her friends surrounded her, trying to comfort her, as they had believed in her relationship with Issei. However, they were shocked to see how little he seemed to care. As time passed, the teasing from their classmates subsided when they learned the truth about Issei's brothers and their deceit. They wanted to apologize, but Issei chose to ignore them, often seen with his head down, holding a photo of himself with a little girl. 2 months later, Issei found himself in the school courtyard, finally at peace as the bullying had stopped. His brothers, however, sought to manipulate him again. Issei discovered that he possessed a celestial dragon, but it was not on par with the others. Despite this revelation, his main desire was to grow stronger and have a companion by his side. Eventually, Issei's brothers joined Rias Gremory's group, and although Issei was reluctant, they pressured him into it, threatening to spread more lies. He reluctantly agreed when he noticed a small, white-haired girl with a scar on her neck and cheek. Meanwhile, in the cult club, Rias was punishing Koneko for failing to fulfill a contract. She struck Koneko in the stomach, and Koneko begged her to stop, promising to do better. Izami, another member, dismissed her pleas, and as Rias prepared to strike again, Issei intervened. He stood firm, refusing to let Koneko be harmed, offering to take the punishment himself. Rias agreed and unleashed a sphere of destruction that hit Issei, causing him pain. Despite the agony, he glared at everyone, determined to protect Koneko. Over the following days, Issei and Koneko grew closer, sneaking away together to heal from their respective punishments. One night, Koneko and Issei were in her room. She hugged him tightly, tears streaming down her face as she worried about his injuries. Issei comforted her, and in that moment, Koneko felt a strange flutter in her heart. When she pulled away, she asked Issei if he had ever loved someone special. He shared memories of Lucy, a girl he had loved when he was younger, describing her beauty and how much she resembled Koneko. Koneko listened intently, curious about Lucy. Issei recounted how he had watched Lucy suffer from a disease that slowly took her life. He visited her daily, witnessing her transformation as her hair turned white and her spirit dimmed. The last time he saw her, she had lost all her vitality, and he desperately pleaded with her not to leave him. Lucy reassured him that she had accepted her fate, and despite Issei's insistence that there must be a way to save her, she told him it was too late. She admired his kindness and selflessness, which made him special. After Rias took Issei and Koneko away, she attempted to stop Issei, but he unleashed a small burst of blue phoenix flames, surprising everyone. From that moment, Issei was embraced by Rias and her family, who vowed to protect and train him to become powerful in the upcoming raiding games. In the Phoenix territory, Issei rested in a large mansion that resembled a castle. Outside, a statue of a phoenix surrounded by flames stood tall. Inside, a doctor from the clan tended to Issei, checking on his condition. Koneko watched from outside, feeling sadness as she saw him sleeping, worried he might not wake up. The doctor emerged from the room, and Lord Phoenix inquired about Issei's status. The doctor reported that Issei was simply exhausted and had analyzed his blood, confirming he possessed 3 phoenix traits. Lady Phoenix was astonished and asked how this was possible. The doctor speculated it could be due to birth or a spell, but it was likely a natural gift, as Issei had demonstrated his abilities in battle. Ravel, another member, expressed curiosity about what the doctor meant by another. There was another phoenix with him. The doctor explained that it was impressive, but the other phoenix had created itself. Everyone was astonished by this revelation. Lord Phoenix asked if it would awaken, and the doctor reassured him that it would wake up in a few minutes. The doctor left everyone in the mansion, watching over Issei, who was asleep. Koneko entered and went straight to him. Koneko expressed her concern, urging Issei to wake up soon. Tears filled her eyes as she climbed onto him and lay her head on his chest, falling asleep. Rias commented on how much she loved him, while Ravel noted how cute they looked together. Kira added that they made a lovely couple, but Rias teased that someone seemed jealous. Kira denied it, and laughter filled the room, though some of Rias's pieces gazed at Issei with love, including Kira, Meru, and Ravel, who all cared for him deeply. After about 8 minutes, Issei began to stir. He looked around, realizing he was in a large room, but what shocked him most was seeing Koneko asleep on him, tears still on her cheeks. He gently called her name to wake her. Koneko rubbed her eyes and wiped her tears, expressing her worry for him. She hugged him tightly, and he reassured her that he was fine and that there was no need to cry. Koneko smiled and released him just as the door opened. Lord Phoenix entered, expressing relief that Issei was awake. Issei thanked him and asked who he was. Lord Phoenix introduced himself as Raphael Phoenix, while Lady Phoenix introduced herself as Raquel Phoenix. Issei simply stated his name, leaving out his last name. Raquel explained that they had seen how he was treated and wanted to help, but they would face issues with the Gremory clan. Issei acknowledged their concern, knowing that any action would lead to conflict with the Gremory clan. Raphael then asked if Issei could stand, and he successfully got to his feet. Raquel took the opportunity to ask if he wanted to be part of the Phoenix family. Everyone's eyes widened, especially Rias, who had brought Issei there for a different reason. Rias questioned his mother, but Raquel insisted that Issei deserved love and a proper upbringing. Issei accepted their offer, and tears of joy streamed down his face as he smiled sweetly. Raquel asked what he accepted, and he confirmed that he wanted to be part of the Phoenix family. Raphael and Raquel exchanged glances before embracing Issei, expressing their happiness at his acceptance. Overwhelmed by their words, Issei broke down in tears, and everyone shared in the joyful moment, with Rias and Ravel joining the embrace alongside Koneko. Rias welcomed him as a brother, and Issei thanked him. Rias, Ravel, and others were also in tears, celebrating the addition of a new member to the Phoenix family. After a few moments, they all calmed down. Raquel then offered to show Issei to his room, assuring him that his belongings were already there. Issei thanked her, feeling happy to call her mom. Raquel led him to a large door adorned with the phoenix symbol. Inside was a spacious room with a large wardrobe filled with clothes, a table, and most impressively, a massive bed that could accommodate many people. Issei remarked on the size of the bed, and Raquel explained it was for when he might have his own entourage in the future. Issei mentioned that he needed to train to earn that right. Raquel was pleased to hear that and encouraged him to change, as his father wanted to speak with him about something important. Issei agreed and closed the door, choosing an outfit of denim pants, a black shirt, and a white shirt with black stripes. As he walked down to meet his father, he admired the family portraits that had been passed down through generations, now including Issei and Koneko. He passed by paintings of 3 phoenixes, one of ice in blue, the regular fire phoenix, and a dark phoenix in black with dark red flames. Outside, he found Raphael waiting to talk. Issei approached him, and Raphael invited him to walk together while sharing something significant. Raphael revealed that the reason he had called Issei was to inform him that he was a descendant of the 3 phoenixes. Issei was taken aback, questioning if it was a joke. Raphael assured him it was true and asked if he had noticed anything unusual about himself when he got angry. Issei recalled a moment when he unleashed a blue and red flame during a battle, thinking it was a manifestation of Draig's power. Raphael explained that the flames were actually from the phoenixes, legendary firebirds that were once not fire-related. There were 3 in total: fire, ice, and the dark phoenix. These 3 were incredibly powerful and formed the basis of their clan, the Phoenix clan. The fire phoenix was responsible for protecting them, and in return, they safeguarded the phoenixes. Issei asked what happened next, and Raphael revealed that humans, fearing the power of the phoenixes, prayed to God to eliminate them. God agreed and ended the lives of the 3 phoenixes, but their souls persisted, searching the world for a new bearer of their power and transformation. Until now, none had been found. Raphael then revealed that Issei had been chosen by the 3 phoenixes. Issei was surprised, thinking they had selected someone else. Raphael clarified that while Issei was chosen, he had also created another phoenix. Issei was astonished to learn that he had created a new phoenix, one that was incredibly powerful, the blue fire phoenix, nearly extinct. Few from their clan had achieved such a feat, and many had been killed by other clans who viewed them as threats. Raphael explained that the original creator of the phoenix was human, who had children with a human woman, continuing the lineage until it reached Issei's father. Issei learned that his father possessed the lineage of the phoenix, not for regeneration, but for creation. The 3 phoenixes chose Issei because they sensed the phoenix aura within him, confirming his connection to the Phoenix clan as the last of the lineage. Issei expressed his relief at finally knowing where he belonged, stating that he would protect his home and people, both humans and dragons. Raphael was pleased to hear this, affirming that this was indeed Issei's territory and home. Issei embraced his father with a smile as they walked toward the mansion, where everyone was gathering for a meal. Inside, the maids and servants had set the table with Issei's favorite dishes. Rias called for Issei to join him at the table, where he sat between Rias and Ravel, while Koneko took a seat across from him. The servants served each dish, and Issei and Koneko received meat, salad, and wine. Issei noted that he would drink the wine, to which Raphael reassured him that as a phoenix, he would not become intoxicated. As they began to eat, Issei accidentally cut himself. Rias asked if he was okay, and Issei replied that he felt no pain. Dark red flames erupted from his hand, healing the wound in an instant. Ravel was impressed, noting that the dark phoenix had healed him, and Raphael commented on the speed of Issei's regeneration. Rias remarked that it was to be expected, given Issei's lineage. Ravel expressed her excitement about what kind of phoenix Issei would create in the future, while Rias listed the types of phoenixes that could be created, including ice, fire, dark, blue fire, and potentially others. Ravel believed that Issei would have a large following in the future, But Raquel reminded them that Issei needed rigorous training to reach the balance breaker of Draig. Issei accepted the challenge, stating that he would do whatever it took to become powerful enough to protect them and the underworld. Everyone was happy to hear Issei's determination, as he had a pure heart. Suddenly, a magical circle appeared above him, revealing a letter. Raphael took the letter and opened it, reading that the Demon Council had summoned Issei to determine if he was worthy of the Phoenix lineage and to offer him a chance to ascend to a high-ranking demon. Raphael reassured Issei that they wanted to see if he was worthy of being part of the Phoenix clan. Issei understood that they must have sensed his dragon and phoenix powers upon his arrival. Rias noted that the council was always aware of powerful and unfamiliar presences. Raphael promised to contact someone who could help Issei with the balance breaker and his phoenix powers. After the meal, Issei packed some clothes for training and waited outside. A magical circle appeared, and a man with black hair and golden streaks emerged, accompanied by 12 fallen angel wings, indicating he was the ruler of Gregory. He introduced himself as Azazel, and Issei introduced himself as Issei Phoenix, the last of the lineage of Phoenix creators. Azazel was surprised to learn that Issei was the last of his kind, believing they had become extinct long ago. He explained that the Phoenix clan had always thought only one remained, which was confirmed when they sensed another powerful Phoenix presence. Issei learned that Azazel would not be his trainer, but someone else would assist him with the balance breaker. Suddenly, a voice echoed from above, announcing the arrival of a dragon, around 10 to 15 meters long, with purple scales and golden horns, dressed in armor. Azazel introduced him as Tannin, the former dragon king who had become a demon. Issei was amazed to discover that dragons like Tannin could become demons. Azazel confirmed that it was possible for some dragons. Tannin acknowledged Issei, ready to begin his training. Issei was preparing for his training with Tannin, who was also the host of Draig. Draig had been resting for a long time, and Tannin expressed surprise that Issei was the one chosen to carry the 3 phoenixes, with another one growing inside him, clearly beyond a celestial dragon. Draig acknowledged that Issei was the best host he had ever had, as he was unafraid of the intense training ahead. Tannin then posed a question to Issei, asking if he accepted the training that awaited him. Issei eagerly agreed, stating that he was ready for any kind of training and that he wouldn't back down. Just as Issei was about to leave, Koneko arrived, calling out to him. She asked if he was leaving, and Issei reassured her that they would talk at night. Ravel chimed in, promising to help Koneko with her powers so she could learn to control them. Issei expressed his desire to see how strong Koneko would become upon his return. Koneko affirmed that she would show him her progress. With a cheerful goodbye to everyone, Issei set off with Tannin, who took flight to a perfect training location. Issei felt a sense of change coming in his life. Inside Issei, a blue phoenix, curled up like an egg, opened its eyes, releasing blue flames. Another phoenix awakened, unleashing electric sparks, while another one manifested water. A darker entity emerged, possessing dragon and phoenix wings, with a dragon's body but a phoenix's head. The largest of them all remained asleep for now. 3 days had passed since Issei had left for training with Tannin. Koneko had been training with Riaser's pieces, improving her combat skills, speed, and strength. They encouraged her to unleash her true power, but Koneko hesitated, fearing she might end up like her sister, who had lost her sanity due to overwhelming power. However, Raphael and Raquel helped her understand that she wouldn't become like her sister just because of that. Eventually, she showcased her power, impressing everyone and earning their guidance in fire techniques. Her determination bore fruit, allowing her to break a massive steel bar, bringing joy to her companions. To celebrate, they visited the hot springs in the mountains where Issei was training. While enjoying their time together, Koneko and the others, including Raquel, shared stories. Raquel asked Koneko how she felt about her son, and Koneko admitted that Issei was her light in the darkness. Ravel teased that Issei loved her, to which Koneko responded that he had someone from long ago. She recounted the story of Issei's first girlfriend, which brought a somber mood to the group, as they understood why Issei was serious during that time. Kira admitted that she found Issei charming, and Meru and Mira echoed her sentiments. Raquel encouraged them to share their feelings with Issei when he returned. Just then, a loud roar echoed through the air, drawing their attention upward, where they spotted a large dragon engaged in battle. Issei, with dragon wings enveloped in flames, was impressive as he quickly reached the balance breaker. Tanin unleashed fire, but Issei effortlessly destroyed it with his fists, which pleased Tanin. Issei then joined his hands and launched a ray of ice, demonstrating his control over both the phoenix of fire and ice. Rias was proud of his brother's dedication, as were their parents. After leaving the hot springs, everyone returned to the Phoenix Mansion, only to find an unexpected visitor waiting for them. In the mansion, Surzek Mao was there with the Gremory entourage. Raphael inquired about Surzeka's presence in Phoenix territory. Surzek explained that he wanted to see Issei to ask him a question, but it seemed he was not there yet. Rias mentioned that Issei would be returning from training soon. Erick jokingly remarked about Issei's training habits, suggesting he was up to no good with several girls from the clan. Koneko, in her Nikomata form, surprised everyone by telling Erick to be quiet. Rias expressed concern about Koneko's appearance, suggesting she should return to her human form, but Koneko insisted on embracing her power. Suddenly, a figure in crimson armor with dragon wings appeared, capturing everyone's attention. The most astonishing detail was the phoenix-like features on the figure. He removed his helmet, revealing someone who brought joy to the family but shock and anger to others, including Erick and his sister. Raphael greeted his son warmly, and Issei responded positively, happy to be back. Raquel wanted to embrace him, and Issei smiled as he returned the gesture. Rias commented on Issei's status within the Phoenix clan, to which Issei proudly stated that he had 3 phoenixes and was ready for the upcoming Demon Council meeting. Surzek acknowledged Issei's achievements, asking if he had received the letter about his potential promotion to high class. Issei expressed his desire to have his own entourage, which he decided to call the Draenix clan, a name that represented the union of dragon and phoenix. Surzek expressed pride in Issei's accomplishments, noting the impressive control he had over the phoenix powers. Issei revealed a change in his appearance, with his hair now a dark red, reminiscent of blood. Rias speculated that this transformation was due to his mastery of the phoenix powers. Surzek reminded everyone that they needed to be present before the Demon Council at noon the next day, and Raquel confirmed their attendance. As Surzek departed, Rias felt furious with Issei and Koneko. Meanwhile, Erick attempted to make trouble by trying to touch Kira, a young girl who had participated in the battle. Kira's sister, Meru, warned Erick of the consequences. Erick arrogantly challenged her, but Issei intervened, demanding that Erick leave immediately. Lefay Pendragon, a pawn, Angela, a knight, Luz, a pawn, Sabrina, a queen, Argenta, a knight, Siesta, a pawn, Eve, a rook, Krista, a knight, Moon, a pawn, Eclipsa, a pawn, Daki, a knight, Eva, a pawn, Momo, a rook, Ruruko, a pawn, Tomo, a knight, Samantha, a pawn, Seth, a pawn, Tina, a pawn, Luna, a knight, Seth Best, a pawn, Soma, a knight, Mistaliant, a pawn, Ursula, a pawn, Ariel, a pawn, Maria, a pawn, Lux, a pawn, Asuka Ninomiya, a queen, Alice, a knight, Berserker, a tower knight, Rokuro, a tower, and Archer, a knight, all played their roles in the unfolding story. Issei felt the power within him rising, ready to emerge from the ashes like a phoenix. The Demon Council had approved his belonging to the Phoenix clan and granted him his chess pieces. However, he believed it was not yet time to start his own game. He trained tirelessly day and night with the Dragon King Tanin, striving to control the immense power of both demon and phoenix. He learned to harness the control of the ice, fire, and dark phoenix, which together formed a magnificent creature. Yet, he hesitated to take that form, fearing he might lose control and wreak havoc in the underworld due to the sheer magnitude of that power. His armor underwent new transformations, and Draig was pleased to see his companion grow stronger. Issei was a formidable being, and together they would make their names known. The Dragon Emperor Red was now the Phoenix Dragon Emperor, or Draenix. He longed to see the face of his rival as they battled, eager to witness the full extent of his companion's power. His family beamed with pride at their son's progress. Rias and Issei would occasionally spar to test each other's strength. As time passed, Issei grew closer to his brother's pieces, developing feelings for some of them, including Ravel. The girls who fell for him were Ravel, Maihi, Calormine, Cirrus, Kira, Meru, Anaili, Shuria, Shuelon, and Burant Marion. One day, their parents summoned him for an important discussion. Lord Phoenix explained that it was time for Issei to go to the human world to complete his studies. Lady Phoenix added that she sensed something ominous was about to happen there and urged him to go. Issei expressed his uncertainty about returning, recalling the visions and memories that haunted him from his past encounters with the human world. Rias reassured him, promising to confront anyone who dared to trouble him again. Grateful but hesitant, Issei decided to heed his father's advice and finish his education. Lord Phoenix was pleased and revealed that he had purchased a mansion for Issei in the human world, handing him the keys. Lady Phoenix assured him that Ravel knew the mansion's location and would assist him. The two brothers returned to their rooms to pack for their journey to the human world, accompanied by Rias's pieces who were enamored with Issei. Understanding their feelings, Rias granted them the freedom to be with his brother. Issei learned that Rias had also acquired new pieces, which they welcomed since their king needed them, and they all desired a new King Issei. Once ready, they activated a magical circle and departed with the girls. Upon arriving at the mansion, they found it to be quite spacious, boasting 3 floors, or rather 15, complete with a pool, jacuzzi, hot springs, a large kitchen, and a dining area suitable for a large family. It had around 35 beds in case anyone else joined them. Issei remarked on the extravagance of the mansion, to which Ravel replied that it was typical for demons to enjoy lavish things. They entered and decided to visit the student council at the academy to enroll. After entering, they chose their rooms, and Issei selected a large one with a bed that could accommodate many, a desk for studying, a computer, and a television. He felt comfortable there. Ravel headed directly to the academy, where she met Sona and requested their enrollment. Upon hearing Issei's name, Sona was taken aback and grew serious. Some of Ravel's pieces were delighted to learn he was alive, while others were surprised to find out that he was also part of their group. Nevertheless, she enrolled them, eager to see how Issei had changed. They received their school supplies and uniforms. Back at the Phoenix Mansion, Ravel prepared dinner, including delicious pancakes for dessert, showcasing her exceptional baking skills. After dinner, Ravel snuck into Issei's room and fell asleep on his chest, drawn by his warmth. The next morning, Issei awoke to the weight of Ravel resting on him, her serene smile making her look beautiful. He gently urged her to wake up, reminding her they needed to go to the academy. Ravel, reluctant to leave the comfort of his embrace, begged for just 5 more minutes. Issei playfully warned her that if she didn't wake up, she might end up falling asleep again. Startled, Ravel jumped up and dashed out of the room to change, eager to return to her brother. Once all the girls were dressed in their academy uniforms, they headed downstairs for breakfast. They made their way to the academy, where they were met with curious glances from other students. Many admired the beauty of the girls, while some glared at Issei, recalling his past as the so-called pervert, useless, and traitor. However, there were those who knew him better and were still enamored by him. Each girl went to her assigned classroom, and Issei and Ravel entered theirs. The professor in charge greeted them, and upon recognizing Issei, his demeanor turned serious. He welcomed Issei back, acknowledging the significance of his return. When everyone saw him, they made faces of disgust and hatred, especially his brothers, upon realizing he was alive. Issei introduced himself as Issei Phoenix, hoping to become good friends with everyone again. He warned that if anyone dared to mess with his sister, he would take matters into his own hands, just as they had done to him. As he spoke, his eyes shifted to a fiery red, which frightened everyone and made them reconsider any thoughts of confronting his sister. The Hayato brothers were furious to discover that he was back and threatening them.